What is going on, Junkie Nation? Gorgeous George and Goes, always bringing the big guests. Today we get to talk to the winner of the World Tournament for PFL in 2025, and it's Alfie Davis, lightweight champion. Alfie, welcome back to MMA Junkie Radio. You won the tournament, and now you get the undisputed champ, Usman Nurmagomedov. Man, what an incredible 6 months these past have been. The fight that just happened, and now this big one you got coming up.
Yeah, man. Yeah, well, it's been life changing. This last year, 10 months it will be when I fight. It's just what a change in my life.
Yeah, wait, it hasn't been 10 months. What's in the fight in August or something like that, or September?
No, I mean from the start of the tournament. I started the
Oh yeah,
tournament
yeah, yeah.
April
You went.
last year, and then
Yeah,
this
you
fight
went
will be
3-0.
yeah,
I'm sorry to interrupt. Yeah, you
yeah,
did have a big year because it was a 3-0 year. What it was, Collard and Primus, if I'm not mistaken. But man, Gadzi Ramadanov, like that was a big win. Not too many people had chosen you pre-fight to take that one down. That's how good your opponent was, but that's how big the win was for you as well, man. Like seriously, congratulations are in order for that.
yeah. Thanks a lot, mate. Thank you. Yeah, I mean, I sort of believed that I'll be able to do it, and
Yeah.
Sorry, say that again.
Sorry, I think there might be a bit of a delay. I didn't want to interrupt. All right. So putting that behind, I remember the last interview we discussed the money or the belt. And you had said, I feel like I've educated myself and I am primed to make money. So the belt means a lot. And then I put you on the hot spot and I said, are you sure? What if they only offer you the money or the belt? And you're like, yeah, now that I think about it, the money would be life changing. But now that you're in the spot, how much does that belt mean to you?
Yeah, it's big, man. It's big news. I mean, for legacy, it's great. Like just seeing on my side there every time I sort of will look at it, I'm like just very proud of what I've achieved there. And then the money's definitely helped out as well in definitely certain aspects of my life. As we're here now, I'm in my new kitchen. I brought a new house, and I've got the belt shining underneath the new spotlights. So it's all great.
Yeah, well, you got both in the end. So I'm glad that it's life changing for you. And did it also, you know, I think in the last 3 years, something's come up where Teddy Atlas, who's popped up, in some MMA coverage, the renowned boxing trainer, he said instantly when you win a belt, and he's talking about the boxing world, he goes, I felt like the boxer the next time out was just 30% better. And the reason is because now your confidence, you've left the trail of destruction, right? You've beaten people, in this case, veterans like Collard, Primus, and then Gadzi Rabadanov. Would you say that there's some truth to that? Like, do you think you're walking now into 2026 30% better than the Alfie Davis that had that incredible year?
I do think so, actually. I think like there's certain execution of techniques where you're not that confident throwing. From my experience, even having like 24 fights before that works well for me, and in the training environment you'll throw it, but sometimes in the competition you won't. But then when you're the champ, you sort of believe that you've got this sort of superpower where things do work, and you want to trust your training and you want to make sure that it's coming out. Until you get a big win over a big opponent, it sort of solidifies how good you are, really.
That next opponent in your life is Usman Nurmagomedov for the PFL lightweight title. He's 20-0. He's never lost. He's had some close calls though. He's been tested recently by Paul Hughes. What did you gather from those fights? In the first one, he almost lost, and it looked like it had been a street fight or something, and it just went on and on. Hughes might have had his number because he was closing strong. And in the second fight, it looked like Usman Nurmagomedov did what you're supposed to do, and that's figure it out, right? And he did, and he convincingly beat Hughes. But what did you, I guess, gain out of watching that? And did that exploit any of his holes, or actually make him look even stronger than you thought?
the first one. The second one was close as well. Like some of the stuff I've been reading that they think that Usman wiped the floor with Paul Hughes. I think that's not the case at all. I think both fights were very competitive, and it showed him, showed a lot of holes in his game. In saying that, Paul Hughes is very good also. So the fact that he made him do that, I don't think is something that, yeah, is a bad thing. But yeah, it's exposed elements of his game that has never been exposed before, which I think I can definitely exploit.
Alfie Davis, our guest here on MMA Junkie Radio, goes. What do you have for the champ from last year's World Tournament?
Alfie, so you've been in big situations before, but does this feel next level for you, or has your mentality already changed because of, having to have those back-to-back fights and being in such an intense environment?
Yeah, there's definitely a lot on the line for this fight. I think it is probably the biggest fight. Well, it's not probably. It definitely is the biggest fight of my career. So, yeah, it's definitely a massive fight. But in terms of as you alluded to, I think the tournament structure and just me fighting so regularly has really helped me to just sort of take every fight as it comes. I'm not really particularly like no nerves sort of leading up to it, and sort of the training regime. I've sort of stayed in shape, so it's not really been too drastic on my behalf.
Can you give me one word that describes last year for you and one word that you feel like is going to describe this year for you?
That's a good question. One word. I was going to say life changer, but that's two words. I could sort of say last year
That'll
was
work. We can bend the rules a little bit.
yeah, life changing, and then this year I could say another level. There's two words again. Sorry.
Do you feel like this year you have also a target on your back? You think people know you've arrived and it's no longer kind of the up and coming guy, you're more established? Do you feel a little bit of that? People looking at you now?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I think people will. Before I was sort of like, if they beat me, it'd be a good win for the record. But now they're beating a champ. So I'm definitely got a target on my back.
The fights with Paul Hughes and Nurmagomedov, what do you think? Do you feel like he maybe put a little bit of a blueprint there on how to beat him, and somebody has to come in and maybe improve upon that? Or do you feel like you have to fight almost a completely different game to beat this guy?
No, I think Paul Hughes definitely. I've got a lot to thank to Paul Hughes. He exposed a lot of Usman weaknesses. He sort of showed that his wrestling is not that good. He's decent, but he's not got an amazing shot. He's more of a grappler. He showed that his striking is very flaky. But I think the biggest thing that he showed in the first fight, essentially, the most essentially, and then the second fight to a degree, is that Usman flakes. He's when the fire puts on him, he's I mean, he reminds me of like someone that's been given everything all their life. He's like a posh boy. He's the boy that's been given everything. He's come from this background where he's sort of, his uncle's given him all of these skills, but when shit hits the fan and you have to use your mentality, he flakes.
Wow. Okay, you gathered that much from him. Um, that's interesting. How much have you trained in wrestling? Takedown defense or even offensive wrestling. How much have you trained that in the last, I guess, 6 months leading into Gadzi Rabidanov and now Usman Nurmagomedov?
Yeah, I've been doing wrestling a lot, man. I've been doing it for years, but I mean, with Brent Primus as well, he wanted to wrestle, and then Gadzi, we had the idea that he's going to wrestle, and then we've got the idea that Usman's going to wrestle. I think just my skill set, I'm very good at sort of piecing people up. What makes them want to. They have to wrestle. They have to engage. It's very hard to beat me striking. So I think that has sort of been my whole career. And in terms of how much I've been doing a lot of wrestling, both defensively and offensively, because no one's really put Usman on his back. So, especially the fact that he thinks I'm just going to strike. What happens if I put him on his back and do the ground and pound that I've shown to have so effectively in fights before? We'll see how he holds up on that.
Yeah, man, that experience must have been so valuable to go 25 minutes in, with so much at stake, the money, the belt, and all. Like, had you finished them, I mean, that would have been fantastic, of course, right? But can you talk about the experience you gained in those 25 minutes? Because let me tell you, Alfie Davis, I don't want to disrespect Usman Nurmagomedov. That camp is brilliant. He's been, he's obviously 20-0. But man, I used to think Gadzi Rabadanov could beat Usman Nurmagomedov. That's how much I thought about Gadzi Rabadanov back in the day. That dude was a monster.
Yeah, man. I mean, I think in sparring, Gadzi will probably have up Usman, if I'm being honest. But what I will say is Usman's in the fight, he's very good at stealing rounds, he's a very good point scorer. So that's something that I've definitely got to be wary of. And in terms of the 25 minutes, yeah, I think the whole year essentially has just made me so much more comfortable in the cage. With the sort of fighting once every twice a year or sometimes once a year, you do get ring rust, I know people don't believe in it, but I felt like when we were in there, it just felt different. Now it's just like another day of the week.
Remember when we were joking earlier about the spinning back kick, spinning hook kick that you did to the bully? And then everyone started calling you Van Damme and giving you respect right on the streets. What about winning this whole tournament and specifically the Rabadana fight? Did that do anything to you personally as an adult? Because I think that was a childhood story, but either going back to the gym, there had to have been people that said, man, I didn't think you could do it, but you did it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because you were a big underdog going into this.
Yeah, man. I think everyone sort of thought that I was almost a joke in MMA, and to
Because
beat Ramadan, yeah, it's like I think it sort of solidifies that I am a good MMA fighter, and I think beating Usman will sort of solidify what I've sort of believed for years is that I am one of the best in the world, and I think that, and I think beating Usman will definitely declare that.
if you'll recall, even the Turkish cab driver that picked you up didn't believe you were a fighter. Pre-fight. I was hoping you ran into him, or he was the same driver on the way back to the airport. But um, like I said, I that was such a big win. I don't cheer for fighters. We're not supposed to cheer for fighters, but we're human, and I'm always drawn to underdogs. And I have nothing against Rabadon. I've never met him or whatever, but still, when a fight's unfolding in a certain way that you didn't expect, then all of a sudden you kind of take a side or whatever. And
Thank
I
you.
don't know.
Yeah.
I feel like at the same time, PFL gained themselves a star that they can build around, and hopefully you feel like the same way. That's how monster of a championship title you took down the opponent, the moment, all that stuff.
Yeah, it's definitely a sort of a Hollywood story, It's like it's weird being in it because yeah, I was gonna give up, I was gonna retire, and now less than a
Oh
year
yeah.
later, yeah, I was close to retiring, man. Just before the tournament when I was in it, it was gonna be me game over, and now I've got a world title. I'm fighting for a second one. So yeah, it's definitely sort of a Hollywood story.
So if Clay Collard or Brent Primus had clipped you and you were out of the tournament, that was it, end of career.
I think so. I think it was gonna be
Wow.
I think that was me. I think I was gonna be looking for another job.
And now, what do you think? That did that buy you like another 5 years, or what was it about the fact that you just I guess what was the explanation for possibly calling it a career?
Yeah, it was more financial, to be honest with you. It was like I was 32 at the time. I
Mm-hmm.
had two kids and a wife, and I wanted to sort of, yeah, had some life goals, and I wanted to achieve them. It's very hard to financially become free or earn enough money being a MMA fighter, especially when you're doing one fight a year. So the fact that I could do three fights within 1 year and then obviously get the win, it's given me some leg room, It's given me some room to, yeah, have a bit of financial backing now. So I think, no, I don't think I'm in that position anymore. Now I'm just doing it because I love it, which it makes me kind of dangerous because I've got nothing to lose. I'm not fighting for a financial reason. I'm just doing it because I enjoy it. So I think it's going to really let me go on a run in my career and, yeah, solidify such a great career.
Yeah, and now you got the belt, and it's really, really life changing. So that's super cool. You got a new flat, you said, right?
Yeah, new house, man. It's new house. Is yeah, moving up in the world.
All right. Did I say that right? House is flat, right? Or no? Did I mess that up?
No. Flat is an apartment, so you'd call it like an apartment.
Okay.
Yeah. Like house is when you have stairs as well. So
Yeah. So house is house, flat is apartment. Got it.
yeah.
All right. Well, congratulations on the new house. Are you in London?
Just outside of London. Yeah.
What
So, but
part?
yeah,
East,
the
west,
pla
north, or south?
no south. It's a place called Surrey. So yeah,
So
I'm
you're a
very
Millwall
very.
fan, aren't you?
No, I'm Arsenal, man. I'm Arsenal. I'm not Millwall.
Arsenal's north, aren't they?
Yeah, I grew up in North London. That's where I grew up.
Oh,
Well, I
okay.
grew up in North London, place called Enfield. But then I went to Thailand to train, and I met an uptown girl from Surrey, and we ended up getting married and having 2 kids.
Okay, that bailed you out. I thought, okay, this guy's front running here since Arsenal's in the lead. But if you grew up there, then okay, you got every right to claim that squad. Arsenal's incredible this year, man. They are
Oh
killing it.
man, you got
On,
put that flag down, buddy. You can't bring that up.
Mhm.
I
Yeah,
know.
no.
We're in the
Arsenal are doing very well. Yeah, I
we're in
think
the worst
there's gonna
spot to bring that up right now.
there's gonna be two titles coming back to England, and then hopefully Arsenal do the double as well.
Don't jinx it, Alfie. Arsenal's had a couple leads in the last few years, and they stumbled at the end. But Arteta has put together a good squad. Do you follow it day to day, or
Yeah. Most Arsenal. I've got into it for the last sort of few years. I was a fanatic one growing up, and then sort of MMA. Just I got consumed in it. But then I had children, 2 boys, and I was like, yeah, I've got to get back into football. So the last sort of few years, I've been following it.
so you grew up during the Invincibles era, right?
Yeah, it was good time.
That Dennis Bergkamp, Patrick Vieira, Thierry
Yeah.
Henry, man, what a squad!
Yeah. I've got an Invincible coming out. There was a guy called Jeremy Adialier. He used to play in the Invincible period. He interviewed me for Arsenal, one of Arsenal's YouTube channel, and he's coming out to support me for the fight. Actually, he's coming to
Get out
Dubai.
of here! Really?
Yeah. No, it's mad, eh?
He's going to the Usman fight, Usman Nurmagomedov fight,
Yeah, he's coming. Yeah. He's coming
bro.
out with
Listen,
to the PFL.
I hope you have a moment where remember Leon Edwards? I think was it Birmingham or Aston Villa brought him out and made a big deal. You know, when he had won his title. He's not much of a football fan. I almost said soccer, and then I would have really messed up. He's not much of a football fan, but you seem to be, hardcore Arsenal. So hopefully there could be some sort of a connection made. I'd love to see you get honored on the pitch or something as a longtime Arsenal supporter who's also a world champion.
That would be great. Again on the pitch. I have been on a YouTube channel, like at the stadium when they gave me tickets. I've managed to get there a few times, like having tickets to see them and being on their live and M5 show. So showed off the belt there. I took the belt on there. But I mean, being on the pitch in front of like the whole stadium, that would be something amazing as well.
Mm-hmm. All right, Goes has the last one. Then we'll let you go. Go ahead, Goes.
I can't stop staring at your kitchen. What do you prepare in that kitchen? What's your go-to? Because when you have one of those ranges, it means you're not messing around. What's your go-to meal?
Yeah. To be honest, I'm not much of a cook. You have to ask my
Really?
wife that. She's very good at cooking. And also, we've only been in this house. This is a week today, so there has been some
Ah,
dishes served up. But that's essentially having that island. That is, if you see a kitchen with the island, that's what we've been wanting for years. So the fact that we've got that, and yeah, it's just like surreal to be honest with you to have a kitchen with an island like that. I feel
mhm.
is amazing.
Do you want another definition? This is an American one. That's a house, but my question just fell flat. So
That's
there's
good.
another definition for flat.
I ain't
Yeah,
even
man.
getting into it because last time I mentioned English cuisine, it's not that good in my opinion. And Alfie was like, "Hey, wait a minute, all you guys eat is burgers," and I was like, "Well, he's right," and I'm fat, so he kind of checkmated me there. But
Yeah.
I still stand by them. Fish and chips were okay, but oh man, that's one thing I struggled with in England, and now I know why everyone's so fit is because there just wasn't as many tasty dishes that jump off the menu there.
I'm not sure about that, buddy. But again, we'll have to agree to disagree, man.
Okay, just give me one. Give me one. I swear to you, I'll go to a pub here in town in Vegas. Give me something I should order that might change my mind.
Oh, what in terms of English cuisine?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, to be honest, English cuisine, but American cuisine is not all that either. It's just a bit.
What?
It lost a lot of material, but not enough substance. I mean, especially because we're from London, we have a great sort of inherited, if that's the right word, cuisine. We have great Indian restaurants. I love a good Indian. I love good Ruby Murray, we call it. You know, a Friday Ruby Murray curry is one of my best things. We have great Turkish and Lebanese restaurants here. But a good bit of fish and chips, you can't go wrong, mate. You know, a bit, especially if you have a
If
pint
you're
of
gonna
beer
do
there as
that,
well.
if you're gonna do that, I mean, obviously we can bring up Mexican food, Peruvian food, and I mean, we live in Vegas, so it's pretty Michelin over here.
Yeah, but it's like it's something about the US. I think it might be your rules on what you can put in the food and stuff, but or just like where it's been grown and stuff. It's just not as good, man. I don't know. It's the European soil, maybe. Maybe I'm being naive, but from my experience traveling the US quite a bit, I think England definitely tops the US.
You
And
must
also,
have been down in Florida getting some awful Mexican food or something like that. You need to get to Vegas,
possibly.
a proper city that has proper restaurants, 5 stars.
Yeah, I've not been to Vegas yet. Yeah, that I bet I will get some good food. I reckon there. Yeah, 100%.
You will.
You let us know when you're in town, and we'll show you some spots, man.
Lovely. Thanks a lot.
Hey, good luck with your rest of your camp, the weight cut, and I hope you have an awesome fight against Usman Nurmagomedov. We will definitely be tuning in. This is Alfie Davis, the world tournament champion in the lightweight division from 2025. He's now competing in the main event against Usman Nurmagomedov. And remember, the U.S. broadcast will be on the part of the ESPN family still. So you got to catch it. It's Saturday, February 7th at 12 p.m. Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific. Remember, all this is taking place 12 hours ahead in Dubai. That's why the time changed. Thanks, Alfie. Thanks, champ.
Thanks a lot,
for the
guys.
time today.
Thank you. You take care. Yeah.